Hi, and welcome to today's video class. Welcome to English 5. My name is Tobias Landström, and I will be your English teacher for this course. I'm very excited to be here. I can tell you about myself. I am from Sweden, soy sueco, and I am here at Manuela Beltran as an English teacher, and I'm very honored to be your teacher for this class. We're going to have 8 weeks of productive learning, and I invite you to participate in every way possible. So today I'm going to talk about what we are going to learn during these 8 weeks, and as well I will present the first activity. But we will take a look at the schedule, and we will also have a video class. I invite you to participate in the forum. I would like you to write who you are, a short presentation about yourself. I'm looking forward to reading that. So, but I know you students are busy, so let's get to work. I will here share my screen so that you will see what I see. Bueno. So let's get right into the presentation here. English 5 introduction class, and it's September 26th. So the objectives for today's class, we're going to talk about the learning objectives for the course. We are going to talk about important dates and deadlines, fechas. And as well, I'll give you the instructions for the first module, and we will practice the content for the first activity. That is what we've got in store for today. So the schedule for today's session. First, we're gonna talk about the learning objectives, what you will learn during this course. Then we will take a look at the schedule. We will talk about the glossaries, and I will introduce the first activity. And then we will have a class about comparatives and superlatives. Very useful. So let's get to it. Learning objectives, what you will learn during this course. You're going to learn a lot of things, starting with comparatives and superlatives, to be able to compare things, persons, experiences, and also to use superlatives, a very nice way of using very strong adjectives. As well, we're going to talk about adverbs, intensifiers, complex question tags, conditionals. I promise you that you are going to learn a lot of things during these 8 weeks. First, the schedule. Let me go into the virtual net here. First, I can just check if any one of you have joined the chat. Where do I check that? I can check that. Let's see here. Here. You know that when we have video classes, you can join and you can ask questions if you want. So let's get back here and we'll take a look at the schedule for English 5. Here we go. So today we have the video class in the 26th of September. And also today the first activity starts, the comparing operating systems. This activity starts today and it ends in 1 week, the 3rd of October. Then we have the next activity, operating systems history, which starts the 3rd of October and ends 1 week after. And as you can see, these activities, they start on Wednesdays, starting today, and they finish on Wednesdays, 1 week. And then we also have the glossaries, which I will mention later. And finally, if we scroll down here, you see we will have the final exam the 31st of October, and it ends the 7th of November. So I invite you to have a look at this schedule and plan your upcoming weeks. So that was the schedule. Second, the glossaries. Now, I know you students, you're in level 5, so I know that you are experienced and that you've already learned a lot. So I think I don't really have to go into detail with the glossaries, but here's some instructions in Spanish. You can pause here and you can read them. Uh, and I'm looking forward to receiving your next glossaries the next Monday. Okay, so getting into the first activity, comparing operating systems. In this activity, I want you to use comparatives and superlatives. I will explain what that means in the later class that we will have. So what I want you to do is I want you to compare operating systems using comparatives and superlatives. And I want you to use at least 5 comparatives and 5 superlatives. 10 sentences in total. 10 frases. Lo mínimo 5 comparativos y 5 superlativos. And I want you to design a chart and upload it in the forum. The chart looks like this. You can just copy it. And there is one example. For example, iOS is more attractive than Android. And iOS has the most appealing visual interface. This is what I want you to do. And I'm looking forward to receiving your works next Wednesday. So, going into today's class, as I've said before, we're going to talk about comparatives and superlatives. What does that mean? ¿Qué significa eso? Entonces, comparatives. That's the name for the grammar used when comparing two things. You can express differences in equality or superiority, igualdad or superioridad. For example, I can say that this gentleman, este señor to the right, is not as tall as this señor to the left. Or superiority, I can say that this señor to the left is the tallest man in the picture, el lo más alto. Let's move on. And we can start talking about expressing equality. I'll show examples. This book is not as exciting as the last one. Or, I am as tall as he is. See, this book is not as exciting as the last one, and I am as tall as he is. So you can notice the adjective does not change. This is the adjective in the infinite form. Exciting and tall. They are not conjuncted. When we express superiority, I'll show you some examples here. This computer is faster than that one. Este computador es más rápido del otro. This grammar topic is easier than others. Este tema de gramático es más fácil de otras. As you can see here, when we have the two verbs in their infinite form, we can see that the verbs have changed. So it's not fast, it's faster. And it's not easy, it's easier. I'm going to show you how to conjunct those verbs. But first, going back to equality, as I said, the adjective does not change. That's why that one is more simple. What you need is the word as, and then adjective, and then the word as again. Let's try with these three words: smart, stupid, and good. I'm going to show you the examples here. She's twice as smart in coding as her sister. She's twice as smart in coding as her sister. He's not as stupid as he looks. Or I'm almost as good in code syntax in C++ as I am in Java. You see, the verbs, they don't change. Good, good, stupid, stupid, smart, smart. All you need is as and as. Rules for expressing superiority. It's a little more difficult. When you have one syllable adjective, and with syllable, I mean when it's like fast, that's one. Uh-huh. Or let's take the word intelligent. Intelligent. That's three. So when you have fast, you add er to the adjective. Fast and faster. That's when you have one syllable. When you have two syllable adjective and they end in y, you change the y to ier. So easy becomes easier. Easy, two syllables. If you have other adjectives with two syllables, such as boring, boring, then you use the word more with the unchanged adjective. And you need to use the word than. Por ejemplo, is there anything more boring than reading about computer history? And if you have three or more syllables, such as difficult, you also use more with the unchanged adjective plus than. So for example, C++ syntax is more difficult than Java syntax. Uh-huh. Bueno, I'm just gonna check here if there's anyone in the chat. No, there is not. Let's go back here. So if you feel that this is going fast or that you don't understand, don't worry. You can watch this video again, and I invite you to take a look at the PDF so that you can read more about these topics. And then, if you have any questions, you can always contact me and I will try to help you. So moving on with superlatives. Superlatives, they're used to describe the highest degree of the comparison of adjectives. Lo más alto, lo más fuerte, con mucho esfuerzo. Lo más alto, lo más alegre. When it's el máximo, the maximum. For example, the smallest, the biggest, the slowest, the fastest. Lo más lento, lo más rápido. The most beautiful, the most amazing. This is very useful because you can describe something with much intensity, con mucha intensidad. Lo más grande. How? Let's take a look at the rules for superlatives. They're quite similar as the other one we looked at. For example, when we have one syllable adjective, fast, cuando queremos decir lo más rápido, we add est to the adjective. Fastest, the fastest, el lo más rápido. When we have a two-syllable adjective ending in y, such as lucky, lucky, dos syllables, we change the y to iest, the luckiest, the luckiest. When we have other two-syllable adjectives, such as careful, we use the most with the unchanged adjective. So, my sister is the most careful person. Lo más. Um, I don't know how to say careful in Spanish. You have to help me there, students. If you have an adjective with 3 or more syllables, such as intelligent, you use the most with the unchanged adjective, such as the previous one. Right. Albert Einstein was the most intelligent person in history. So here is a chart that might be helpful for you. So here you can see cheap, long, old, young, friendly, heavy. You can take a look at these and you can practice them. And you can see how they're conjuncted in comparative form and then in their superlative form. You can see the example there. My boss is friendlier than yours. Okay, let's move on. A short summary. So comparatives. The name for the grammar used when comparing two things. Comparaciones. You can express equality, you can express superiority. For example, equality. iPads are not as big as computers. Or superiority, computers are heavier than iPads. And superlatives. iPads have the coolest, lo más cool applications. So, I want you to use everything that we've talked about during this session. And I want you to use it to compare operating systems using comparatives and superlatives. I want you to use at least 5 comparatives and 5 superlatives. So 10 sentences in total. And I want you to design a chart and upload it in the forum. This is very useful because when you will be working in the future, it's very good to be able to compare different um, tools or computers, products. This one is not as good as this one. The iPad is not as fast as the Android. The Android is the fastest one, so I think we should use that one. It's very important in the professional life. So students, that's it for today. I hope that you've enjoyed the class. I would like to say thank you and provide you with my contact information. So once again, my name is Tobias Landström. You have my phone number there, and you can call me from Mondays to Fridays between 9 and 6, and then Saturdays from 8 to 12. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write me or to ask a question. So thank you for today, and good luck with the activity. Good luck with the PDF. And please let me know if you have any questions or if I can help you with anything. I'm looking forward to working with you students. Okay, so have a great week.